Brent Pope, you are very welcome.
Thank you very much.
Joining us this morning for a few drinks.
Yes, exactly.
And these are some of your favourite picks?
Yeah, no, I just got involved with Carry Out this year or something, I suppose, as an ambassador. But I think what sort of sold me for them was kind of, I suppose, their ethos on a couple of things. They're kind of a sort of a local flavour as well in the sense of customer service, and they've now developed nationwide. And also, I suppose, their ethos on responsible drinking and that. So it's about, enjoying a beer but doing it responsibly. But
and you brought three with you. We're going to start with Heineken, is it?
I'm going to start with the Moretti.
Yes, the Moretti. That's the sort of one. You were talking about Peroni or something. I think it's one of the top Italian beers, and it's not quite as strong as some of the other beers, so it's ideal to have with, I suppose, a pasta or something like that, Italian or risotto or something.
It won't
like
take
that.
away from the taste of the food.
No,
yeah,
no, and it's.
This is one of the biggest beers in Italy. You were saying earlier.
I think. Well,
the number one.
Stand to be corrected.
Sure.
I think it's the number one beer. Yeah.
Wow.
You talk to a lot of people. A lot of people like it, but.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Is this one of your favourites, Simon? You've had this before, haven't you?
This is a lovely beer, yeah. Italian beer is lovely. I think it's very light.
Very
light.
light.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Which is always
Really
good,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Very crisp and clean and light, as if I
Yes.
know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it is. My husband
Yes, I
buys this
wouldn't,
beer, actually. I'd never heard of it until
No, you
recently
talk to
enough,
people
and-
about that Moretti, and people say, people say I love it. They say it's unusual for me to drink an Italian beer, but
That's a great barbecue beer, and
Yeah.
it's different. It's not your standard X, Y, or Z beer you'll have at a barbecue. That's lovely and different.
you're right about the lightness of it. You can taste it.
Because a lot of beers are very overpowering, aren't they?
Yeah, no, it's not.
That's a lighter one. Okay, now this is the next one.
Yeah, this is actually from, and I had a couple of glasses. I'm just back from New Zealand, but over the summer. But it's a Kiwi lime. It's Moot. It's a cider from Nelson.
So we pronounce it Old Moot.
Old Moot, yeah, that's right. That's the Moot. Old Moot, yeah. Moot, I call it Moot.
It was made for you, Brent.
Old Moot. Yeah, it's been around about 65 years. But yeah, it's a kind of I'd say now I wouldn't be a big cider person normally, but I mean it was a really sort of a fruity sort of summer drink, and I think they have a strawberry and a pomegranate as well. So it's
But a lot of
it's
the
a really
beers now,
fruity taste.
especially the craft beers, are quite fruity, aren't they? There's
Well,
lots
this
of
was great.
different fruit notes.
It would always seem to be a kind of a summer drink for me, cider. But I know that's not always the case. But I mean, this one, it's a really zingy flavour. I think you
I was saying
taste
to you,
the lime
I'm
and the
like
kiwi
you, I
fruit.
wouldn't be the biggest cider
Cider
fan, but you
drinker.
reckon this might convert me?
It's like a kind of a. You can taste the kiwi fruit and the.
I'm not a
Almost
big
like-
beer drinker. I love cider. I think
It's
that's
nice.
really
It's
nice.
like a
It's like a
it's like
sparkling fruit juice.
Yes, it is.
Sherbet.
That's exactly what it is. I think.
It's really light,
Yeah.
which is
I think
lovely.
it's
Because
nice. It's
sometimes when
lovely.
you drink cider, they can just be too strong.
I love the kiwi and the
too
lime
sweet.
in it.
You like it? No?
I'm liking it,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it too.
I think again, sitting out
lovely.
some of the barbecue or something. It's very much a sort of a fruity drink. No, I
And
like
sometimes you just want just one drink.
Yeah, absolutely. Just
And
that's what
that's
talking about moderation. And
plenty.
just, yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, just
Just,
one. Isn't it lovely? It's very sweet, though.
And
It is that's why I
I'm
like
glad
it.
you say it, because
Love it.
I generally wouldn't touch cider because it
No.
has that kind of look to I don't know what is about it, but
It
I mean
got a
on a
bad
hot day.
reputation over the years as well, didn't it?
I suppose
Now it's
yes. I
kind
mean
of-
that's the thing about carry out as well. It's really about quality rather than quantity. It's really about quality wines and beers and ciders, and that's what they're about. And that also sold me on their ethos about that it's going down to get a really good, reasonably priced bottle of wine.
I think everyone's more adventurous now about what they buy in their local
I'd agree with
off-licence or
that.
supermarket,
I'd
aren't
say
they?
because of, I suppose, the emergence of craft beers around
Yeah.
the country.
And also
So
people
many
are
Irish
drinking,
craft
I
beers.
mean, you think of the sort of off licences now and carry out, and that these are for people to, I suppose, to go at home and have a couple of drinks. It's not. That's changed now, hasn't it? Like a lot of people are having a couple of drinks home because
obviously
they drink
there's
driving and everything like
thousands
that.
upon thousands of people expected in the Aviva later. Many of those will be driving, and this might be the perfect beer
And
for
actually,
them.
this is something that my father, because of his age and health, hasn't had a drink in about 2 years. So he was drinking this Heineken again when I was back in New Zealand, the non-alcoholic, which is great. And I took to it.
Really?
I mean, it's not, because it's nice to be able to go to a party or something and not be hassled about the fact, nor should you be hassled by the fact that you say, look, I'm the driver. And
the reality is Irish people are very quick to question why you're not drinking.
Yeah.
well, especially
Aren't they?
you're saying from a
When you're
female's
pregnant
point
in
of
the
view,
early
because
stages.
that doesn't affect me.
It can be a
But you're
stressful
right.
scenario.
You are right, and that's interesting. And trying to get away from that in the sense that, okay, you can have a non-alcoholic drink, but you've got something in your hands that looks like, and nobody's going to say, look, why aren't you drinking?
Now, other companies have created non-alcoholic drinks in the past, and they have been loosely associated with the taste of beer. This actually nails
I think it's super. I think it's super. And if you sort of want to have a nice drink or something with a meal or something tonight, and you're driving or whatever like that, or you just don't like drink or you don't want to take drink, then fine, it's perfect.
See, it's like they've come on so much, the non-alcoholic beers, though, because they didn't have a great reputation years ago. But that, if you were to blind taste that,
you
would have no idea
that
that's non-alcoholic.
I don't think you'd know.
That to me tastes like a Heineken.
Yeah. And actually, and why should you know? You know, you should be drinking because you like the taste of it. And sometimes, you know,
exactly,
on a hot day, if something people come and they just want to have a glass of beer or something, and they're driving or something like that, or they have a meeting after work. Well, yeah,
of course.
Then,
So it's 0%.
0%. Yeah,
That's great. And of course, for everyone out having parties today, they will be hopefully drinking responsibly as well.
Oh no, that's important. I mean, that was part of the ethos to say that was important to me. Talking to carry out and talking to the
And
boss
you've
and
talked
saying,
a lot about mental health, Brent, in the past, and you've
Absolutely,
confided in us a lot over the years. But as you said earlier on, we were chatting off air, company and socialising is hugely important.
And I mean, I'd be a hypocrite if I said I don't go out for a meal and have a nice glass of wine or something like that. But again, in moderation. And I like my wines. I did a wine appreciation course a few years ago because I come from regions in New Zealand where friends and that would have vineyards or whatever, and I'd visit them and stuff like that. And I like to have that. But it's all about moderation. It's all about sensibility. And, you know, we all know that.
Yeah.
And that's, you know,
Drink it to it because you enjoy the taste. We can't obviously have you here.
Yeah.
With all of your experience as a pundit over the years, who's going to win?
In a word.
Who is going to win?
Well, there might be a few more beers drunk tonight than other games. No, I think, look, I'm the more the game becomes closer, the gut feeling is going to be a lot tighter than people think. I think that if you're looking at from a pundit's point of view and from a coach's point of view, what coaches often do is you look at the two team sheets and you say, how many players of theirs would make ours automatically? Probably at this stage, none, you'd have to say.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, Billy Vunipola or Farrell could get in there, but not in the starting team. And then you've also got them at home in the Aviva, where Ireland have a particularly good record against England. I think England have only won once here in, you know, the last decade.
So in a word, are we going to
in a word, yes. You're going to. When I say we,
just
I can
about.
say yes.
But like around the Gar, it'll be tight.
It'll be tight. It's funny when you say we, because
Which
the
will make it
first
all
time I
more
said I'm
exciting.
coming home this year. Yes, which is
Welcome
lovely.
home, Brent.
After how many years of
After
living
nearly
here?
30 years.
There you go.
I know I only arrived over as a teenager. But,
Of course.
Brent, good to see you. Thanks for coming in,
Thank
mate.
you,
Thanks very
Brent.
much.
Brent.
Now, move over Johnny Sexton after the break. We're showing what kicking a rugby ball should really look like. I'm only reading what they have
dear,
to
oh
me.
dear.
See you in a few.